Welcome to my own devices. Modern and vintage audio is my game. Value and synergy is my aim. Here's another amazing video that I made for all of you hi-fi enthusiasts out there. This is Ross. He's my amazing neighbor, a great guy, and fellow home audio enthusiast. He's also a DIYer who builds his own amps, preamps, and DACs. I featured Ross in a previous video where he talked about his audiophile philosophy and goals. He also shared his enthusiasm for the Shit Manny Phono preamp. Ross is going to participate in this video in the role as a newcomer to music streaming. I've been talking to him about music streaming services for over a year, and I've even demonstrated it to him a few times here on my own system. Initially, he seemed to have doubts about streaming. As I recall, his main objection was that he wasn't sure it would fit in comfortably with his current setup. Although it's become an extremely popular device over the past couple of years, it is possible that a number of you are not familiar with the Bluesound Node music streamer. It basically works like this. You subscribe to a music streaming service like Tidal, Amazon Music, Spotify, Qobuz, or a number of others, and connect the node to your hi-fi system. And then using the Bluesound app on your phone, iPad, or computer, you control the device by choosing the service and the songs you want to listen to. Simple as that. You're pacing around, it's catching it on my microphone. Just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Give me 1 minute of silence and I'll finish this. Literally 1 minute. Well, Ross recently signed up with Amazon Music HD, and I'm going to loan him my 2021 Bluesound Node music streamer and to try it out for a week. I'm going to take it over to his house and show him how to set it up and operate it. Hey Ross, thanks for participating in this video. It really had a great reaction to the last one. And my first question to you, Ross, is how do you normally listen to music?
Okay, my first experience with a computer listening to music, and this goes back 10 years when there were no streaming devices available. I ripped my CD collection onto an external hard drive and played that through JRiver on my Intel-based computer.
And you also listen to records as well, right?
Yes, off and on through the years, but mostly CDs. Records are one of there's so much involved in playing records. It's almost like a religion to fondle the records and clean them and play them, that sometimes you just don't want to be bothered with all that. And I'm trying to get back into that more right now.
Obviously, you've heard of streaming. Are you familiar with different streaming services out there?
Yes, I've heard of them. You know, the main ones. I've read articles reviewing them in my Stereophile magazine, but it's something I'd certainly want to try, particularly to pick an artist and album instead of having to buy more CDs. I mean, it would be great to have a monumental collection of CDs in the cloud, if you will. Because CDs, after you rip them, you still got a CD in your hand. You know, what do you do with that? I've got about 3 or 4 cardboard boxes of CDs that I've ripped. So I wouldn't have to do that if I could find all that in the cloud through one of these services.
Are there any concerns that you have about streaming?
Well, my main concern would be about succeeding at it, because there's a lot of things involved in streaming. Because I have a very specific DAC that's USB only with a XMOS Wave IO driver needed. So getting that to all work together with the service would, might be a challenge. I don't know. To me, it's not guaranteed, and it may require a lot of fussing and question asking, but that would be my concern.
All right, so let's do a little unboxing here. All right, it comes with a user guide here. Quick step kind of one, quick one. And it's got, so there it is. It's just a small little unit. It's kind of stylish looking. And here are the ports on the back where you've got the RCA, let's see what he got here. I can't remember. Audio out. It's got a subwoofer out and a coaxial output. There's your Toslink. Optical out. There's an optical mini, mini and an analog in. So this one doubles as a analog input or a Toslink input. It's a trigger, infrared. I guess you can put it inside a box and put inside a cabinet and have a little infrared repeater. There's a USB. You can plug a USB drive into here. Put files on that, music on that. There's your Ethernet. And here it says HDMI. And there's your power. All right. So you just hook that up. Okay. Into your system. And here's the power cords, different cords in here. Here's the other cord you don't need. It has a European cord in it. And it has some basic RCA cables in case you don't have any to hold you over, And here's the more advanced guide in the box for more advanced stuff. All right. All right, so Ross, we got to clean this, we got to move this table. You got a lot of stuff going on here. Were you doing some DIY work?
Yes.
What are you building?
I'm upgrading a Tortuga volume control unit. So I build my own buffer circuits, and it's sounding very good now.
Oh, the one that goes inside your volume control?
Yes.
That thing there?
Would be what I would be plugging.
My goodness, I'm looking inside that that thing you built there. There's a lot going on inside there.
Right. So.
Wow.
Well, that's doing things the hard way, but I enjoy it. Get it around. Okay.
You made these cables?
Yes, I found that Cat 5 and Cat 5e cables sounded as good as $200 or $300 boutique cables.
Oh, nice. All right, let's.
Does this have an on-off switch, or is it just on?
It's just on.
It's plugged in.
Yeah. All right, download the app on your phone. That's it at the top.
Yeah, you can see some people didn't like it.
No, listen, it's not perfect. There it is. Bottom right. All right, installed. That's quick. There you go, license agreement.
I'll read it.
Yes, read it word for word.
I can speed read.
So Ross, you signed it. Well, when I told you about this, you signed up for Amazon.
Right.
HD, so sign in. At this point, we had a little bit of difficulty getting the Node to connect to the internet. And after a few tries, I decided to unplug it and then plug it back in, and that remedied the issue. Ross also installed the Bluesound Windows app onto his laptop so that he can use that as well to control the Node. So after we got it up and running, I gave Ross a little explanation of what he can do with the Amazon app, like adding songs and albums to his library, creating playlists, and using it with the Bluesound app. The plan is for him to use the Node for a week, and then he'll give me his impressions of the device and what it's like to stream music. Hey Ross.
Yeah. Hi Dave.
You've had the Bluesound Node for a week now. So give me your impressions of your week with the Bluesound Node, and then I'll ask you more specific things.
Okay. Well, I used it every day this week. The first day I struggled with the software application. I used it exclusively with Amazon Music HD. And it took one day to fumble around with that before I got comfortable with it. After that, I could play anything I wanted and develop playlists on Amazon and played them through the Node. And one thing I really like about it is I've been having problems with Amazon Music with my Windows 10 computer. It would get crackly or scratchy after a while, and then I'd have to restart the computer. The Bluesound Node is rock solid. I mean, no crackling, no need to reboot it, no hang-ups. It really seems to be a stable product. And sound quality-wise, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I could listen for 2-3 hours at a stretch without getting fatigued from the sound. And that's kind of the number one test for equipment being sounding good or not, is how long you can listen to it before you want to turn it off and do something else.
So you use the phone app and the desktop app for your laptop?
I mainly use the laptop because it's a bigger screen. I mean, I come from a generation where we like to see things bigger, and so I did load it on my iPhone, but I didn't really use it there very much because there's a lot of information on the screen, and it helps to see it on a larger size. To me, the greatest advancements in music listening are streaming devices and the development of smaller hi-fi components that have very high quality. And this certainly is in that niche. I come from the era of shelves with stacks of big components on it. And so for me, size doesn't matter. So I don't need something small. In fact, it looks very tiny compared to the rest of my equipment in on my shelves. In the past, if I'd read about a CD or music recording, I would look to buy it. And I read music recordings from my Stereophile and Absolute Sound magazines. And instead of having to look to purchase the CD, I would go look for it on Amazon Music through the Node and listen to it that way. So really, by the end of the week, I was transferring my thinking from buying CDs to getting them on Amazon Music and listening direct. I mean, I didn't miss not going to the CDs that I've ripped in the past. I found the Node very satisfying over long listening periods.
What stuff didn't you like about the Node?
Nothing comes to mind. There was nothing really frustrating about using it. Yeah, I mean, the price of $550, I doubt that there's a $500 DAC that would be better sounding than what's the DAC that's in the unit.
All that was left to do is to disconnect the Node from his system and for me to take it home. And you know, I really missed using this over the past week. Music streaming services are just about everywhere now. This revolutionary music delivery technology has totally changed how people consume music. And as long as you have internet service, you can access the ultimate in on-demand music almost anywhere. Virtually any song or album you desire is available to listen to almost immediately. And they say it's around 90 million songs now and growing. So all that for only $10 a month, it's incredible. Every music lover should be streaming in 2021. None of the arguments by naysayers hold any water, in my opinion. Ross said it all about the Bluesound Node. It really is a great digital music streaming and playback device. Personally, my only issues are with the software. I'm not in love with that stark user interface, and I couldn't get it to connect to the ripped CD music files folder on my Mac Mini. I had to copy all the files to a USB thumb drive, which works well, but it's not quite as convenient. Now, thanks again to Ross for participating in this video, and I hope that we can make another video in the real near future. And thanks for watching, and if you've made it this far, you probably liked the video, so hit that thumbs up below and subscribe. Also, my Patreon page is up, so if you feel like supporting what this channel does, please sign up. Thanks a lot.